more positive note, let's talk about rural renaissance. Always fancied myself as a Renaissance man. Rural renaissance obviously came up short this session for a variety of reasons. Most of them, it came up short. But so I would stand here and tell you all a couple things. One is rural renaissance, maybe not in name, but certainly in substance, is coming back. I expect the Senate probably to stick with the moniker of rural renaissance. From everything I know to be true right now, the House is looking at 1, 2, or maybe even 3 bills that would capture bits and pieces of rural renaissance. Excuse me, I'm about to have a Marco Rubio moment. I'm about to reach for the water bottle. So I think what's good, and what we all knew was good about rural renaissance, was that it kind of made a collection of the things that were most important to us, from infrastructure and roads to economic development to healthcare to education. Just to name a few, but it truly was a all-encompassing bill to help rural Florida. I think it put an extra emphasis on arterial roads to get both people but also goods from rural areas to either interstates or to ports. Again, the rural healthcare piece and opening the door for better, more efficient health services where they're needed. Right? I mean, where we hear about food deserts all the time, I would argue to you in many of our rural communities, we have healthcare deserts. And I'm looking at Commissioner Russell. I know that she has experience and thoughts on this, but certainly that is a challenge that we continue to struggle with, and similarly with our education systems, right? The access to 2-year, 4-year type degrees, the ability to maybe have a job and also go to school, the ability, if you're not going to go to school, to get a technical degree, whether it be welding, plumbing, any of the trades, which everybody needs those, and making those where they work for someone who either isn't going to go to college or maybe made the choice, had things happen in life and couldn't go to college, and now they're looking at a way of living in a rural community but bettering their life through education and through a skills craft, all kind of encompassed within there. So I am more positive coming into this session that we're going to get, be it in one or multiple, we're going to get some of the rural renaissance pieces. And I also think, and I mentioned this in last month when I was here, there were some things intrinsic to the budget that embraced rural renaissance. Again, the focus within some of the DOT work plan on arterial roads, the focus within commerce on giving priority to rural community over urban communities for rural infrastructure grant, but then other grants within commerce. And so, again, we got one bite of the apple. We certainly didn't get the whole orchard. We didn't even get a basket, but we got a bite. We got a taste of it. And I do think, again, kind of like with property taxes, there are enough really, really good advocates for rural communities in the House and the Senate that I see us, getting a bigger bite, if not the whole apple, coming in 26. Moving down the list of legislation that failed.